It was an ordinary day in a big class. Our three heroes, Seeger,
Why don't we just stick with the Mafia idea? I think we had something going good there.
Giovanni. Perhaps. I see no way as to how we can fit a storyline of that caliber into the set guidelines. Have you any ideas?
Not really. I'm way too tired to think of anything good right now.
And Jayshon had been assigned with presenting a script in front of their peers. The assignment had been presented weeks ago, and the script was due the very next day, but they had yet to even come up with a solid idea they could all agree on. Jayshon was dozing off again, Giovanni was having trouble staying focused, and Seeger was just not caring about the project. So far, the closest thing in the past 3 weeks they'd made to actual progress was writing a short list of rules to follow. And they were swiftly losing hope and mentally preparing themselves to accept utter humiliating failure. This was certainly the worst case of writer's block ever experienced by mankind.
Even if I could think of something, it'd be too horrible of an idea to actually use.
Well, something's better than nothing.
Maybe we could write a story driven by violence and nihilism. One that questions the very fabric of existence and leaves a profound impact on the audience.
Or maybe not. Jeez, why is this so hard?
Actually, I do know of a legend that may help us.
A legend?
Yes, the legend of the Grand Wizard and the Pen of Truth.
A wizard? Are you kidding?
Yes, a wizard. They say he guards a pen that is capable of ridding an author of all mental blockages, allowing them to write as freely as they wish.
Dude, where did you hear about this?
My father used to tell me stories of the Grand Wizard's even grander Pen of Truth when I was a boy. He left to find the Pen of Truth years ago and haven't seen him since. But I've been looking for an opportunity to find it in his stead since then.
How do you know it's real?
I don't. But it seems to be our last resort, and I want to make my father proud. Will you two help me?
Oh man, I'd love to, but I'm really tired and
If I may be so blunt, you've slept through this class for the past 3 weeks.
Alright, you got me there. Fine, I'll go with you.
Hold on a second. Do you two realize how crazy this sounds? I don't feel like leaving my grade at the mercy of whether some obscure wizard is real or not.
Hey, if I'm being dragged into this, so are you. We're a group, aren't we?
Okay, fine. Giovanni, do you even know where this Pin of Truth is?
Actually, no, I do not.
I think I can help with that. You seek the Pen of Truth, correct?
Yes, how did you know?
Lucky guess. Anyways, I can help you.
So what do you know about the Pen of Truth?
Nothing actually, but I know he can get to it. Take this lantern of light. If you truly wish deep down in your heart that you want the Pen of Truth, it will take you to where it resides. Or at least somewhere in the general vicinity.
Wait. How do we know we can trust you? This is a little too convenient.
You'll listen to me or I'll go back in time and make sure the three of you were never born. Look, this wizard guy has been pestering me for years no matter what I do. He's kind of driving me up the wall and I want someone to put it in his place. I'll bring you guys home once you get the pen back.
Okay, no need to get that intense. Alright, let's focus, guys.
I'm trying.
We'll try harder!
The three of them closed their eyes, and when they opened them again, they found themselves in a dense forest with barely any light shining through the trees.
Whoa, it actually worked.
What were you expecting?
I don't know, not this. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I'm just as confused as you are.
Why don't we just use a plot generator or something? This is ridiculous. We're gonna die out here.
I don't see any way of getting out of here without the Pen of Truth. We may as well just press on.
Hey guys, do you hear that?
What?
Giovanni and Seeger turned around to see Jayshon looking into the trees behind them. There was a great rumbling in the distance, and they saw a great spider emerge from the bushes in the meadow behind them.
Does that spider have a knife taped to its back or is that just me?
Who cares? Run!
Wait, the lantern! They looked at the lantern to realize that as they walked away from it, the lantern's light dimmed.
Oh, please don't tell me this means what I think it means.
I think it means what you think it means. They looked on with much dismay to realize that as they traveled away from the pen, the lantern's light dimmed. They would have to get past the atrocious spider if they desired a decent grade.
Okay. Oh no, I don't care that much about my grade.
No, we're getting that pen, come on! And so they ran. Jayshon cried a little, and they didn't stop until they were past the spider.
God, that was horrible. Can we stop for a while?
Who knows what will come next? We should probably keep moving.
Everything seems quiet now. We may as well rest up and save our strength for when we actually find the Grand Wizard.
Yeah, what he said.
Whatever. Don't blame me when our camp gets ready in the middle of the night. I'll go find some firewood.
Perfect. I'll go look for food.
Guess I'll stay here and try to build some kind of shelter.
Our 3 heroes regrouped back at camp. Seeger had managed to gather a decent supply of firewood, but couldn't figure out how to light it. Giovanni had gathered a meager supply of mysterious, possibly poisonous berries, and their shelter stayed together but didn't do much for keeping the rain out. In the morning, our 3 heroes miserably dragged themselves along for what felt like years. They saw many sights and ran from every moor. Every few yards felt like an entirely different world. This is strange.
Wow, glad you noticed.
No, seriously, these formations, they aren't natural.
Pen makes everything it writes come true too. I wouldn't be surprised if it was sentient after all the things I've seen today.
I really don't want to try and wrap my brain around it.
Finally, after their many long travels, they arrived at the mouth of a huge cave. The lantern was glowing so bright that it basically burned your retinas out to look at it. This is it. We're finally here. After all these years, I'll finally get to make my father proud.
Dude, are you crying?
Perhaps. Anyways, let's go in, shall we?
Didn't walk all this way to stop here.
As they descended down the cave, the lantern's light seemed to bounce off the walls. Then they reached a huge, large, empty cavern. In it was a throne. Upon it sat a man who looked like, a middle-aged suburban father.
I wasn't expecting visitors today. Oh, my back! I'd like to congratulate you on making it this far. My name is Tim. Let me get those lights. Tim? So, where's this grand wizard that Giovanni's been talking about? Oh, that's me. Hold on, did you say Giovanni?
Dad?
No way.
Son! I'm sorry for leaving you all those years ago.
Father, you told me you left to find the Pen of Truth. What happened?
I'm sorry, sport. I've been guarding the Pen of Truth for centuries. I got tired of my duties years ago and left to travel the mortal realm. That's where I met your mom. I tried to forget about the pen, but it soon dawned on me that if evil forces got their hands on it, then the mortal realm would be plagued by bad remakes and Twilight fanfiction.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
None of that matters now, son. I'm so happy to see you. What brings you here?
Actually, we came here for the pen.
Oh my. That's unfortunate. I'm afraid I can't let you have it.
Oh, come on!
But we walked all this way. I apologize sincerely, but I took an oath to guard this pen with my life, and I intend to uphold it.
I see. Then I suppose I know what we have to do.
Hold on, Giovanni, you don't mean you want us to fight your dad?
I do. He has lied to me and my mother for years and didn't bother to check on us even once. He's no father of mine.
How do we defeat this guy?
The lantern.
What about it?
Lantern, of course. It must have some sort of magical property that causes it to react to the presence of the wizard. If it touches him, then that reaction must be amplified considerably.
You two get out of here. I'll do it.
Come on, why you?
I've been nothing but dead weight this entire time. From trying to come up with ideas for the English project to helping us get here, I've done nothing but complain and make vague attempts at being funny. At least by sacrificing myself like this, I'll finally be useful.
Wait, no, that's a really bad way of thinking.
Too bad. I've made up my mind. Besides, I don't think Giovanni really wants to fight his own dad.
She's not wrong.
It's decided then. You two get out of here, and after I throw the lantern, you can come back, get the pen, and finish that darn English project.
Alright. We won't forget you.
Get in it for me, okay?
Giovanni and Seeger ran for their lives. As they exited the tunnel, they saw a blinding flash of light behind them, followed by a shockwave that knocked them both to the ground. Trees collapsed all around them, and creatures of various shapes and sizes scrambled for safety. After a few intense minutes, the two of them stood up and returned to the cave. They were faced with a sad sight. Jayshon, father. Motivations, alas. The pity always being that single inexorable nexus of desire and despair. It's a pity, that and that alone, that my father, in defending his precious honor and principled pact, brought about his demise. Despair and the desire for escape. A pity again being the mournful death of Jayshon. I mourn. My father was so obsessed with guarding his honor that he hid himself through the world to ensure his continuity of glory, despite none being there to see. It's always an irony, isn't it? Death. Every single loss of life being but another enigma of despair and desire to be contradictorily endowed by the couldn't serve them. All to descend to knots. We mourn. I pity those who died for reasons within their control. All other choices available, yet their sole desire being to bring about a defeat from which no recovery could be possible. How pitiful life is. What goodness is wrought by existence. That it is nothing more than an incessant chain of pleasing others and yourself, rising and falling only to turn to start? Is life nothing more than an egregiously designed game? How lovely to escape and only be no self, no others, the beauty of the void open to the beholder at last! Is this life? Grief and mourning, desire and despair rise and fall. Stability.
Giovanni, look, the pen is still intact!
But how will we get out of here? The lantern is destroyed. This was all for nothing.
Oh, lovely. You defeated the wizard and learned the tragic truth of the pen. It was only because you chose to take it that Jayshon died. Your greed compelled you to.
We suffered enough, alright? Just take us home. You owe us, you know.
Fine, but don't test me.
At last we're home, and we have the pen. Let us ride forever, free of writer's block. I grow weary of this adventure.
Let's finish this project for once and for all.
Stress has left us at last. As they wrote, they realized that it was their grief and mourning over Jayshon's death that truly spurred them to generate new ideas as they finished the English project with the magical pen. Our heroes learned that the secret to true creation lay in destruction's creative powers.
It's finally done.
And it's beautifully dark at that. You know, we probably didn't even need the pen after Jayshon died.
Oh, I guess you're right.